Block. Time to reach for mobile water. Mobile water, unique in every way.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Citi News.
This is the Election Bureau. Hello, good afternoon and welcome to the Citi Prime News. The news is live from our studios at number 11, Dr. Martin Loop in Adabraka, Accra. My name is Ajua Tinkrama Domina. Coming up this afternoon.
When will the fight be over? Nobody knows. After fight, you can't predict. It is ending tomorrow next. You don't know. So the resident or with the resident of Bolgatanga, we are very, very, very worried.
Residents of Bolgatanga demand immediate reversal of decision to close down courts in the area over the ongoing Boko conflict. But the Judicial Service Staff Association says the shutdown of the courts is necessary to protect lives.
People were being asked in a car to show their Ghana card. They look at your name to see which tribe possibly you will belong to. The Judicial Service, it doesn't advocate for any of the children purchased there.
Also coming up, Supreme Court grants 7-day extension to Attorney General to file statement in ongoing anti-gay bill case. And still in the bulletin, institutional suppliers formally request meeting with Education Ministry following suspension of payment of outstanding debts.
It has been sort of some selective payment they are doing, making it difficult for us to track. At the moment, there is no payment going on. We made an inquiry and we were told that they've run out of money.
And later in the bulletin, fishermen in Tema Newtown demand end to illegal mining activities in Ghana as they lament impact on the industry.
All rivers, all lagoons have their channel into the sea. So the hard mercury is entering into the sea. So if you consume them, you'll be affected than those in the Kelanse sites.
Stay with us for details of these and more stories coming your way in 30 minutes. The news is live across the globe on citinewsroom.com. Around the country, we are live on a number of affiliate stations. If you're listening to us from the Western region, tune in to Premier 100.5 FM in Takoradi, Beach 105.5 FM in Takoradi. In the Bono region, find us on Greener 95.9 FM in Sunyai. Ashanti region, this is Orange 107.9 FM in Kumasi. In the Volta region, Holy 98.5 FM in Aplao. In the Northern region, Dasuma 99.1 FM in Yendi. Upper East, Word 88.3 FM in Zwarungu. And in the Upper West region, Bugli Radio 88.6 FM. Please stay for details.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
We're grateful for your company this afternoon. Let's begin from conflict. And residents in Bolgatanga in the Upper East region have expressed concerns about the recent closure of Circuit District and High Court in Boko. Or in Bolgatanga rather, due to the ongoing Boko conflict. The Chief Justice Getu Tokono ordered the closure affecting courts in Zwarungu, Zebila, Garu and Bongo among others. Now, while groups like the Ghana Bar Association support this decision, local residents are appealing for a reversal, worried that the prolonged closure will disrupt access to justice in the area. Let's take a listen to one of them.
Because now you have closed down the courts. Somebody come to court. He was supposed to be in court today. From the police cells, he has come. They say the court is closed. They have to send him back. So how long will he be in cells there? Maybe his crime is just a minor one. And because of the closure of the court, this man or this woman have to suffer it till the fight is over. And when will the fight be over? Nobody knows. After fight, you can't predict. It is ending tomorrow next. You don't know. So the resident or with the resident of Bolgatanga, we are very, very, very worried. So the government should intervene very, very quick and very, very fast so that the court will be open. Somebody have a genuine case. I have a friend who has a case here since 2010. It's always coming to court. So if he was due for court today and he has come and the court is closed, what happened to his case?
So you had one resident of Bolgatanga lamenting the impact of the closure of the court there on them. But however, some groups like the Judicial Service Staff Association of Ghana believe the Chief Justice's directive is necessary to protect lives of members of the judicial service. Here's Abdullah Yakubu, he's General Secretary of the association.
People were being asked in a car to show their Ghana card. They look at your name to see which tribe possibly you will belong to. A judicial service, a judicial officer is a judicial officer. He doesn't advocate for any of the children factions there. But if his life will now have to be at stake, I think that it only makes sense for those courts to be temporarily shut down. In the meantime, when the situation is assessed again and then we are assured of staff safety, then justice delivery will be restored to those districts. Yeah, the Pusuga District Court, if you look at where it is located, in fact, even as that yesterday, the information we picked is that there were some issues happening around that area. And we have staff who also stay around Bolga and they travel to the Pusuga District Court to deliver service and come back. So if it is not safe for the court in Bolga to sit, then Pusuga too should not be sitting at this time. But like I said, it was purely based on intelligence and advice to the Chief Justice. Maybe when they review it, they may consider having Pusuga also part of the list of court that should be temporarily shut down.
So that's the General Secretary of the Judicial Service Staff Association of Ghana, Abdullah Yakubu. Well, let's now get more from one of the MPs whose constituents have been affected by the court closure. Dr. Dominic Ayeni is MP for Bolgatanga East, and he joins us live. Good afternoon, Honourable. Thank you for your company. You've had two arguments: residents complaining about the impact on justice delivery, and JUSAC saying that this is a necessary call to protect lives. Where do you stand?
Well, I stand with the with the residents of Bolgatanga in particular, because what the JUSAC secretary said doesn't make sense from the point of view of even security and intelligence. The sweeping directive, covers Bolgatanga and its environs, and that includes Warungu and Bongo. These are far, away geographically from the heart of the conflict, which is Baku Central. If it is the closure of the district court in Pusga and Zebila, that is understandable because they are within, the range of the conflict in Baku. Now, the example that he cited about people's Ghana cards being, taken to determine if they are from COSAC before they are dealt with and so on and so forth. That happened in Walwale. It wasn't in Bolga. All right. So the wisest thing to have done would have been to have closed the courts that are within the Baku area. All right. And like Zebila district, that is Baku West, and then Baku Central, and of course Pusga. But when it comes to the high courts in Bolga, there is no conflict, taking place now in Bolga. If it is a question of the delivery of services by court staff from Bolga to Zebila and then to Pusga, the best thing to have done would have been to stop the delivery of only those services, so that litigants affected by those services within the conflict zone will only be affected. But here is the case. You are saying that because the court staff traveled from Bolga to that place, you are also, closing the high court, the circuit court, and all the district courts in Bolga and its environment. That doesn't make sense to me. Okay? Because as the resident said, if someone is on remand, and the fate of that person is to be determined by, let's say, a district court judge or a circuit court judge. All right. Now, what you are saying is that person should be interminably incarcerated until such a time that the directive is revoked and the closure of the courts. The courts reopen. I don't think that is fair. You are shutting the doors of justice to a lot of people just because you think that the judicial staff, the safety of the judicial staff is in jeopardy. In fact, that is not even true, because, as I said, Bolga, Zorungu, and Bongo are not within the range of the conflict.
So for you, it's an overstretch to extend this to Bolgatanga?
It is overbroad. The directive is overbroad. And in fact, I want to have a discussion with the Honorable Member for Bolga Central and then the Honorable Member for Bongo, for us to do a joint letter to the Judicial Secretary to reverse herself as far as the courts in Bolga and its environs are concerned, because we are not within the conflict zone. In fact, Bolga is in over 40 kilometers, 50 kilometers away from Boku. Okay, and the fighting took place within Boku Central. It didn't even spread to Zebila. Much more to talk about.
Honorable, the statement from the Chief Justice's Secretariat said they have picked intelligence. So could it not be that they are acting on this intelligence they have picked? That's why they extended it to your area.
No, the intelligence, you act upon credible intelligence. I live in the area. I just left my constituency yesterday, to Accra to attend a meeting. All right. And there is nothing to suggest that if the court in Zorungu, which is my hometown, were open today, all right, the life of the district court judge and the staff will be in jeopardy. Governmental services, are still running in the affected areas. Why are the courts an exception?
Very well. So you're challenging this decision going forward?
Yes. So I'm going to talk to my colleagues, and we'll do a joint letter to the Judicial Secretary, to try to reverse herself. Unless they can convince us that the intelligence that they have picked is so credible, that the closure of the court is necessary.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. That's Bolgatanga East MP Dr. Dominic Ayene. Let's move away from Boko now and bring you some other stories. The Vice Chair of the Dr. Baumia campaign team, Kojo Opon-Nkrumah, has stated that Dr. Baumia has already addressed the economic questions raised by John Dramani Mahama. The NDC flag bearer recently criticized Dr. Baumia, alleging that he has avoided directly answering key economic questions. However, Mr. Opon-Nkrumah contends that Mahama is merely leveraging global economic challenges as a campaign strategy.
Now that Dr. Baumia is the leader, to sit down and let the two of them talk about cost of living. Dr. Baumia will put his solutions on the table about how to deal with energy prices that are going up. When the PUIC pushes tariffs up, Dr. Baumia is adding 2,000 megawatts of solar power to try and arrest the cost of energy prices. If Mr. Mahama genuinely wants to discuss that aspect of the economy, he can come forward and have a debate with him. What is Mr. Mahama's answer to reducing energy prices? I submit to you in all humility, he doesn't have any answers. He just wants to capitalize on genuine problems, some of which are global and affect us here, and recite rhymes around them and excite the public that, he's winning the election. Go across the country into the constituencies and you'll be shocked.
Well, Kojo Opon-Nkrumah is vice chair of Dr. Mahamudu Baumia's campaign team. Meanwhile, the NPP flag bearer is currently in Esunafo South for campaign. Let's go over to the phone lines and speak to my colleague Hansen Ajiman, who is on the tour with him. Hansen, good afternoon. Thank you for your time. What's happening in where you are?
Well, Baumia just addressed a number of stakeholders, including chiefs, pastors, and imams, essentially outlining government achievements and why the people of Esunafo South should vote for the NPP. He also discussed his policies with them, i.e. the idea of reducing electricity tariffs by 50% through the manufacturing solar panels in Ghana and injecting about 2,000 megawatts of solar panels into the energy mix. Also, his broad theme for Ghana, knowing that
Hansen, if you could reposition yourself, we are struggling to hear you on the line. We would have to unfortunately end with Hansen Ajiman, who is my colleague, joining the Baumia campaign trail because of the poor network. But let's stay on politics. And flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, John Dramani Mahama, has promised to build an ultra-modern market facility in Savlugu in the northern region if elected in the 2024 elections. The proposed market is expected to boost economic activities by providing traders with a structured and spacious environment, positioning Savlugu as a major trading hub in the region. Speaking at the Durbar in Savlugu, John Mahama urged residents to support the NDC in the upcoming election, stressing the party's commitment to developing both rural and urban areas in Ghana.
There are many things that the NDC has in its manifesto for the people of Ghana. My sister who just spoke talked about the Women's Development Bank. We are going to create branches of the Women's Development Bank everywhere. And one of the places we'll create it is in the Savlugu market. We are going to modernize the Savlugu market, build a modern market for Savlugu. We have a program called the Market Enhancement Program. Anytime I pass here and it's Savlugu Market Day, if you see the number of people at the market, and so it is one of the markets we are going to prioritize. We are going to build a modern market so that people will be attracted to come to Savlugu to come and trade. And when we build the market, we'll open a branch of the Women's Development Bank there, so that our mothers and our sisters who are trading in the market, you go and put your 20 cedis, your 10 cedis, 20 cedis, you go and keep it there. The day you want a loan, you go and ask for a loan, no collateral. You don't have to put anything down before they give you the loan. The loan will be low interest, and you take your time and pay little by little by little by little until you finish paying.
You heard John Dramani Mahama, he's flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress. Well, he is also expected to later tonight speak on governance in the country on the theme Resetting Ghana for Good Governance and Accountability. But for now, though, let's go back to Asunafo South, where my colleague Hansen Ajiman is following the Baumia campaign trail. Hansen, welcome to the program again. If this is clearer, Baumia is asking the people to stop voting skirt and blouse. Tell us more.
So if you know, it's out, the NPP has consistently been winning the presidential election, but same cannot be said for the parliamentary election. The NDC, Eric Opoko, has won it 4 times, and he's making his bid at the parliamentary seat. And so Dr. Baumia essentially was urging voters that they should change their pattern of voting, where for the presidential election they vote for the NPP and for the parliamentary election they vote for the NDC. He says the parliamentary candidate, who is also the district chief executive for the area, has demonstrated that indeed he can do the work and they ought to give him the opportunity. He's also assured them that if they vote for Francis Edusepoko to be the member of parliament on the ticket of the NPP, and if Dr. Baumia, wins the election, he's giving them an assurance that Francis Edusepoko will be part of the people forming the next government if God gives him the bid to be the president. So essentially, he's telling the people not to vote skirt and blouse, and to remain steadfast to the NPP. And he's done so by indicating to them that he has in stock a host of policies geared towards improving their lives. He talked about the credit score system, which allows for people to purchase things in installments. He also talked about the agricultural mechanization program. He talks about the Women Trade Empowerment Fund, which he rehashed that this is not a bank, but a fund which the processes of acquiring the money would not be as serious as in a bank, and all the women would need to be able to access the money will be their Ghana card, for which most of them agreed to and jubilated to. And so we're still in the Asunafo South constant. The team is moving now to Accra for a community connect. After that, there will be an engagement in Asunafo North, and then you end the day at Citi South.
Very well. Thank you so much. That's Hansen Ajiman. He's my colleague following the Dr. Baumia campaign trail. You're still listening to the Citi Prime News. When we return, fishermen in Tema Newtown demand end to illegal mining activities in Ghana. We have details of this and more stories coming up shortly. Please stay.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Ago Omambapa. The time to exercise your civic duty is here again. This year, we, the good people of Ghana, have another opportunity to elect our leaders on December 7. This is a very important national exercise and you have the civic duty to make that decision for Ghana. Don't be indifferent because your vote counts. Vote on issues. Don't sell your vote. Reject violent candidates and expose acts that undermine the integrity of the elections. Don't attempt to snatch a ballot box or deface political party posters. The law will deal with you. December 7, 2024 is election day. Pick up your voter's ID card. Get to your polling station. Follow the voting process. Make that bold decision for Ghana. Vote peacefully. Ghana must win. Vote on December 7. It's your civic duty.
Civic duty required of you as a Ghanaian. So get involved and vote.
A message from the National Commission for Civic Education, NCCE.
Channel 1 TV is live on DSTV, GoTV, and HD+. On DSTV, find us on Channel 363. On GoTV, we're on Channel 117. And on HD+, get us on Channel 108. On a digital TV, run a new search. But take note that without an antenna, you cannot access Channel 1 TV. Channel 1 TV can be accessed on any free-to-air digital box, like the DSTV and HD+ boxes. Channel 1 TV, telling your story, empowering change.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Thank you for staying with us. Let's bring you some more stories. The Volta Region branch of the National Democratic Congress has criticized the New Patriotic Party for lack of commitment to the region, accusing the party of neglecting projects started under the Mahama administration. Now, at a press conference, NDC's Volta Regional Chairman Mauto Agbavito noted that a recent visit by the NPP's presidential candidate offered no clear plan for the region. He added that the NDC is determined to secure all 18 parliamentary seats in the Volta region.
Atrapon in the North Dome constituency, the field chairman of the economic management team, promised to revive the Atrapon textile factory if he was elected the president. A dream that will never see the light of day. The question is, can this be found in the MPP manifesto? What has he done about that factory since he became the field chairman of the economic management team? Clearly, this promise, like many that were made by Alhaji Bawumia, were not backed by any strong evidence of commitment. These are of reckless, the reckless Akosombo Dam spillage, but this did not catch the attention of Bawumia during his tour of the region. The field chairman of the economic management team and his government is yet to resettle a single individual after 13 months of that disaster. Friends of the media, it is not surprising that Alhaji Bawumia will still be talking about the construction of the whole Toko Road in the year 2024. Was this not the same road they told us in 2019, the year of road budget, that they would construct? Can any right-thinking person believe Alhaji Bawumia and the MPP for promising us that they will construct the whole Toko Road after 5 years of no evidence of even procurement process taking place for the construction of the crucial road?
You heard the Volta Regional Chairman of the NDC, Mauto Agbavito. Meanwhile, the Director of Communications for the New Patriotic Party, Richard Ahiaba, held a counter press conference stating that the Volta region is now a battleground that the NPP aims to win in the upcoming polls. He pointed out that the development achieved in the region under the Akufo-Addo Bawumia administration is a basis for their confidence in gaining voter support.
The record shows that the NDC has not spent its political capital on the Volta region, despite the massive 88.9% average support from its voters in all presidential elections since 1992, compared to the MPP's 10.2%. Instead, it is the MPP who has invested the most in the Volta region, despite its minimal support base in the region. The NDC has taken the support of the Volta region for granted. The NDC's hypnosis of voters in the Volta region has brought nothing to the region. It is time to abandon this unproductive electoral partnership with the NDC because the region has not benefited from such.
Director of Communications for the New Patriotic Party, Richard Ahiagba. Now, the Supreme Court has granted the Attorney General's Department a 7-day extension to file a statement in the case of journalist and legal practitioner Richard Delasky versus the Speaker of Parliament. This case centers on the controversial Ghanaian Family Values Bill aimed at promoting traditional family values, which critics argue may infringe on individual rights, especially those of marginalized groups like the LGBTQ+ community. The state attorney also requested that a court compel the Speaker's lawyers to submit a financial impact analysis report, arguing it could influence this case's outcome. Away from that, the National Association of Institutional Suppliers has requested a meeting with the Ministry of Education to discuss unpaid debts. Now, the union voiced concerns over the halted payment of arrears, which has left its members in financial difficulty. Spokesperson for the union, Emmanuel Aibo, stated that they expect the ministry to respond by next week.
We sent a letter to the ministry on Monday requesting to have a meeting by the close of next week. If by the close of next week they don't respond to us, we will get to you, please. We are planning to have an either picketing or demonstration. But the national decision-making body, that is the Congress, has requested that we write to them. So we've done that. We are waiting for their response by the close of next week. What is happening is we are unable to track because of the way they are paying. We've said this over and over again about the selective system of payment. As I speak with you now, we have people who have completed, students who have completed that government still owns. We sent a proposal to them 25th of last month to consider all those people, but they've not given us any concrete advice. Those in second year as we speak. So it has been sort of some selective payment they are doing, making it difficult for us to track. At the moment, there is no payment going on at the moment. We made an inquiry and we were told that they've run out of money.
Emmanuel Aibo is spokesperson for the National Association of Institutional Suppliers. Now, fishermen in Tema Newtown are urgently demanding an end to illegal mining or galamsey in Ghana, claiming it's harming coastal communities. They report that rivers carrying mining pollutants, including mercury, flow into their waters, threatening the fishing industry. Speaking on Community Forum on Channel 1 TV, Chief Fisherman Ni Odamte warned that mercury contamination from these operations is endangering marine life and livelihoods in Tema Newtown.
Galamsey have hit the fishing communities. It's crippled the state.
Or you mean Galamsey is affecting the fishing communities?
Yes. Galamsey is affecting the fishing communities.
How?
How? Because you see, all rivers, all lagoons have their channel into the sea. So the hard mercury is entering into the sea. Goes to Shaman, go to Western region. You see, so all these mercuries are entering into the species. So if you consume them, you'll be affected than those in the Galamsey sites.
Well, he also highlighted the need to invest in beaches in Ghana to improve tourism.
People dump their refuse because we don't have proper dumping sites. This morning I went there, checking the site. It's very dense with refuse. It's not bad. You see, if you go to other countries like Egypt, Israel, they've beautified their beaches as a tourist site. That's what generates money to the state. But Ghana, we have left the place. If not individuals come and occupy a place to design that place, then the government do nothing about our shores. It's very bad. So we are appealing not to the government or the locals around or across the state, the nation. Which the MDCCs must provide proper dumping sites for regular conveyment.
That was Neo Damte, his chief fisherman at Tema Newtown, speaking with Philip Nilate. You can tune into the Community Forum program on Channel 1 TV on DSTV Channel 363. Go TV, find us on Channel 117 and HD Plus Channel 108 every Thursday at 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Now, before we go, the Ghana Health Service is urging the public to readopt COVID-19 sanitary measures to help contain a cholera outbreak. Director General of the Ghana Health Service, Dr. Patrick Kumar-Waji, noted that while the Ada East District remains the hardest hit, the severity of cases there is starting to decline. Since the outbreak was declared in Ada East and West, over 50 cases have been recorded with 2 fatalities.
Sanitary system that were put in place in COVID time, hand washing very crucial, eating warm foods, and keeping very clean environment and making sure that people are making access to potable water. And I think with that, that's the only way we'll be able to quickly contain, because we are not going to be responsible for how other countries manage their outbreak. And if they don't manage it well, they remain at risk. And so the most important is to ensure that our hand washing and sanitary systems.
That's the Director General of the Ghana Health Service, Dr. Patrick Kumar-Waji, ending today's edition of the Citi Prime News, which has been live from our studio in Adabraka, Accra. You can log on to citynewsroom.com for more stories. Also, join us using the hashtags CitiVerify, hashtag Ghana Post 2024, and hashtag Election Bureau for all your election-related stories. My name is Ajuatin Kramadomna. Thank you for your company. Good afternoon.
City News. We speak.